Some of you may recognize this place because we've been here before. It's the Palumbo Superyachts shipyard in Savona, Italy, about an hour's drive west of Genoa. Ostensibly a refit shipyard, one of 5 such yards owned by Palumbo Superyachts in Naples, Ancona, Marseille and Malta, as well as here of course. We were here about a year ago to take a look at the facilities. Palumbo Savona is able to offer the full spectrum of refit services, from straightforward warranty and maintenance to full-on engineering works. And at the time, they were about to start work on a new build project, the 42-meter Columbus crossover, Palumbo's first ever explorer yacht. Well, that project is now underway, and we've come back to find out more. Francesco, how are you?
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Welcome to Savona. Welcome. We decided to build the Columbus crossover 42-meter in Savona because we ran out of capacity at our Ancona shipyard, where we are currently building 12 yachts up to 80 meters in length. Actually, there are 2 80 meters under construction, 166 meter, and quite a few boats between 40 and 50 meters currently under construction. So we had some capacity here in Savona. There is a long history here in the shipyard because this shipyard, the Campanella shipyard, initially was established in 1915, building ships. So it definitely makes sense to build here.
Why build an explorer now? Why is the time right to build one now?
We continue to see the demand for expedition, explorer yachts is growing. We normally build upon order, but things are changing because we adapt to the market. And we actually been using now over the last 2-3 years a kind of combined business model. So some boats built to orders for clients, some boats built on spec. This is one of the cases where we're building this boat on spec to cut the build time. At a certain stage, they still have the possibility to customize the interiors and to tweak the boat according to their needs and to their requirements. We're starting with this 42 meter, but we're already in talks for other projects bigger than that. So we think that the range is going to grow in the near future.
At 42 meters in length overall, with an interior volume of 445 gross tons, the crossover is a new entry in the growing market for pocket explorers. Her steel hull, bold exterior lines and open aft deck for storing big tenders are pretty much what you'd expect from an explorer yacht, a segment that her designer, Sergio Cutolo of Hydrotech, who's worked on multiple projects with Palumbo Superyachts, has turned into something of a speciality.
When we speak about explorer yachts, I think there are some key features which we have to keep in mind. First of all, you need ocean-going hull. You need a hull that is able to withstand rough sea conditions. Secondly, we are looking at a very good range, so to be basically self-sufficient for a long period of time. But fuel is not the only thing. You need to have a lot of storage also for food, drinks, and so on. Then the next thing, this is a boat that stays for long periods outside marinas. So you need a hull which is stable on anchor. And also in this case, the zero-speed stabilization is very important. Very often when the length is around 40 meters, we go with the twin set of stabilizers. Because you stay a long time outside of the marina, you need a good tender, good size tender. And this is the next thing. But the aft area is the space where you carry the tender. And sometimes can be, in this case, for example, we have a 7.5, 8 meter tender.
We call it a crossover because there is a reason for that. So it's not explorer expedition, it's really, a specific type of yacht, very practical, very functional. But we see that clients that approach this kind of yacht still want something that you can find on a traditional yacht. So a kind of pool, some kind of amenities. That's why we call it crossover. It's really some hybrid, it's something in between.
The reason why, we have some features that are more typical of a yacht is due to the evolution of this kind of boats. In the end, it's like it's happening in the automotive industry, when you compare the old Defender and the new Defender.
And we mentioned the swimming pool, but,
Yeah.
but there's also a beach club, which is not a typical feature of an explorer.
No, actually, this is a quite flexible area, the beach area, that can be personalized to the owner needs. This is a nice feature because during the day is bringing light to the beach club, which has anyway its own windows on the side. During the night is bringing light outside. Because if you light the beach club, I mean, then you get this reflection. The pool is illuminated. I like functionality, you know, in the end.
You're a naval architect, of course you do.
I'm an engineer, which is worse. So this is the upside down aft part.
Ah, okay, yeah.
So basically, on the side of these two blocks, which are tanks, there will be the stairs, and the center one is the pool.
And the pool.
So here you see the steps.
Yeah,
And you have the door, and this is the. Anyway, the size of the pool is quite big. It
is big.
17 cubic meters because it's also deep.
How much?
17 cubic meters.
The clean and contemporary interior styling is by Francesco, another regular design partner of Palumbo Superyachts. The yacht will have the master stateroom in pride of place on the main deck forward with an open-plan private lounge. And on the lower deck, there are another 4 ensuite guest cabins. But these aren't the main features that define the lifestyle concept behind the crossover.
You know, the use of the yacht is changing and is becoming a little bit more cozy, more friendly. Former times, I mean, when I started my career, the main deck was almost unusable because you had these nice salons, I mean, very rich interior.
Very formal.
Very formal, but nobody used that. In this case, we are opening, you know, this lounge to this huge aft deck, so it is becoming one area. I mean,
exactly.
And we're also looking for a continuity between inside and outside. And the sun deck here is huge. We have an observation space in the forward area. Sometimes you sacrifice the possibility to look forward to have maybe some other features. But in this case, being an explorer, I mean, you go maybe in areas where you haven't been before. I mean, so actually it's very important. Maybe you will not be again.
It's easy to remember that Palumbo launched their first super yacht, 54-meter Prima, just a dozen years ago in 2011. Today they have 4 distinct yacht brands: Isa, Extra, Mondo Marine, and of course Columbus, of which the crossover is just the latest example. It may be their first explorer yacht, but judging from the past performance of Palumbo Superyachts, I doubt very much that it'll be their last.